Recorded live with little or no editing. It's Defense Up. I'm Run 7. How you doing? Today we're going over General Grievous defense. It's a little bit older defense, or there's something weird going on here. I don't know. But there's a lot of things that really irk me in this one. Regrade on 5 different criteria. It's who you're using, their placement, their power levels, their ISOs, and what kind of mood I'm in. Even though I'm having a terrible, terrible day in raids, I'm feeling pretty good. Chat's popping off and we're having a good time. And if you guys want to join us and see these recorded live, links down in the description. Hit that like button while you're down there. All right, team number 1. This is the Black Order and Thanos is the only one built up. I think you're wasting Thanos with this team. Yes, he's going to get his Infinity Stones and do whatever, but the team's going to get walked over because of the power differential. And honestly, he would be better as a solo character, because that's basically what he is a solo character. He would be better as the original Thanos, generating energy for some other team. So I don't like what you're doing with this build. I think you should get rid of it. Thanos is a striker. That's great. The rest of these ISOs, it's fine. You've got 2 skirmishers, 3 strikers, though. I don't know. Maybe make Cull Obsidian a raider if you're going to have Thanos the striker. All right, but yeah, let's take Thanos off of this team, put him on a team where he's going to generate ability energy for some of your other tunes or something, maybe on like a Eternals hybrid or something like that. For me, this is a pretty big waste of whatever you're doing here, trying to throw in some leftover stuff, a filler team, and you could be using Thanos elsewhere. I'm going to give it a C. Moving on to team number 2, this is the Kree team. Again, this is a filler trash team. It's not going to stop anything at any level. However, if you want to know the proper ISOs and placement stuff, we can do that. So first off, the Royal Guard there on the left. I believe she needs to be a striker. That's fine. But then let's put this other person, I forget his name, these Kree members, I forget what they are. Let's put this guy next to her as a skirmisher. Healer is kind of wasted on him. He has like a nothing on his special. And so don't bother using him as a healer. It's pointless. Might as well make him a skirmisher, put him next to this person here. She's going to call him on an assist and clear more positive effects off of the enemy team. Reaper can then go next. I like Reaper as a raider for the crit damage and stuff. Then Ronin as a skirmisher, that works. You can also make Ronin a raider also. And then finally, you'll go with Oracle as a healer. This team is trash. Don't anybody build them. So I think we could be doing anything else than this team, but whatever. If you have an incredibly narrow roster, maybe this is what you've got. So there it is. But I'm going to give this team a C also. Not because you're wasting anything, but because you've got some of the wrong ISOs and wrong placement, in my opinion. But really, let's just get rid of this and put in something better. Okay. Here we have the Pimtech team with Ultron. Now, Ultron has some value. You didn't bother putting any red stars on him, so he's not going to be functioning that great. This is a filler team. I don't think it's doing very well. He works better with villain tech members rather than, half and half here. So honestly, like, you should probably be replacing some people in here, like maybe throw Minerva in here. She's villain tech. And then you could replace like Ant-Man with maybe Vision. I don't know where your Bionic Avengers are, but if you don't have them built, you could throw Vision in here for that defense up on spawn for tech characters, and then replace Wasp with Minerva to get a little bit more synergy out of your Ultron. Again, this is just a trash team, and I think Ultron's kind of being wasted on it. The Pimtech is really horrible. You could probably use Ghost and Ultron elsewhere and scrap the whole team. So for me, the ISOs, the ISOs are fine on this, but I would like to see you use Ghost and Ultron elsewhere. I'm going to give this team a B. Okay, we got your Mercs with Hela and Loki. See what I'm talking about? This is an old version. We don't like this. Take Loki off, save him for offense, for time manipulation, like with Eternals and stuff. You're gonna want to keep him in reserve for that sort of thing. Hela is a liability on defense anywhere because of Greg. There's too many speed meta teams. It looks like you're probably at a level of war where you're going to see symbiotes and or XMen being used, and they're gonna roll over teams like this. Maybe not this specific team because Taskmaster can get out there and get a blind on like the symbiotes or something, but honestly, scrap this team. Better choices might be Shuri and Killmonger in there, especially if you're using Killmonger as a as a striker. You could then make Taskmaster a skirmisher, or you could switch your Mercs over to skirmishers to get that triple tap off of Taskmaster. Something like that might work. A better choice might even be just replace Loki with Surfer, and then replace Hela with any other Merc, maybe like Korath the Pursuer or something. The Mercs have fallen off big. We're waiting to see if we do get that Mr. Negative rework and then Taskmaster be on that team. That would be fantastic. But honestly, this team is not worth building. It's not worth doing anything with it this time. And you're doing it all wrong with these characters. The biggest thing is that you need to be saving Loki for offense. He comes in handy in your back pocket. So I'm giving you a D for this team. It's no good. Team number 5 is a Wave 1 Asgardians kind of hybrid over here. I don't know where your newer characters are, but let's build the Asgardians up to gear tier 12 at least. Let's build the Gamma team and then probably just put Captain America on the bench. Alternatively, I mean, you could do like a Wave 1 Gamma hybrid, but there's better stuff to be doing with your Gamma team right now. This team does have synergy because Thor with the Wave 1 Avengers and the Asgardians, that's fine. And then Hulk with Captain America, a little bit of synergy there. But like I said, you'd be better off making 2 teams out of this and going ahead and building those other characters. They're new, they're valuable. We do have to build the Gamma team, and you can get some value out of the Asgardians. I think the Asgardians are pretty decent at higher levels, but let's change the ISOs. I want Heimdall as a raider on his team, and I want Sif as a fortifier on her team. We're finding her to be very, very tough to get through once she starts taunting. On the Wave 1 team, you can keep those guys as healers, that's fine. Thor is great as a raider, I like that. The 2 Asgardians that you're missing, they can be either raider or striker. And then if you're gonna go Gamma, let's do like a fortifier on She-Hulk. And then I don't remember what Abomination and Brawn are. I haven't unlocked them yet or looked into that. But when we start seeing more of those defenses come out, I'll be sure to have those kits memorized and ready for you guys, because I do my homework for your guys' teams. For my teams, not so much. All right, I'm gonna give this team a C. It's not very exciting, and I think you've got some missing ISOs. The placement on it is good, and this team does technically work with who you're using, but there's lots of better stuff. Let's make 2 defenses, especially when we're scrapping some of these older ones like this and this. All right, team number 6 is the Wakandans. Oh, okay. Wakandans is a good team, and I would probably keep them together rather than using Shuri and Killmonger on that Merc team, since you've got them all at pretty close power level here. All right. We do want a placement change. You want to go M'Baku next to Killmonger, next to Shuri, next to Black Panther, next to Okoye for your power level. So you can mix that up a little bit. We want Killmonger being next to M'Baku because of those counterattacks that Killmonger does. And let's change Killmonger to a raider rather than a striker. There is a good double tap, triple tap synergy with Okoye, but he has that crit built into his kit, and when it happens, he's healing himself with a lot of that stuff. It works way better to have him as a raider, so do that instead. Also, let's get Okoye war ready, for crying out loud. This is a decent team. Let's build him up and make it happen. I like everything else you're doing, so a placement change, an ISO tweak, and beef up Okoye a little bit. I'll go B- on that team. Number 7 is the Unlimited X-Men team. Okay, the way your power levels are, I like the placement, but as you start managing this team's power levels and getting them all at an equal footing, you're going to move Gambit as far away from Rogue as possible and put probably, I think it'd be from left to right, it'd be something like Gambit, Sunfire, then Dazzler, then Phantom X, and then Rogue, or Phantom X, however you want to pronounce it. I like calling him Phantom X. I think that's kind of fun. Anyway, I prefer a Sunfire as a striker because I use them on offense. If you're using him on defense, it might be better to go for Raider. He basically gets like one big attack off, and you want that to crit. So it might be better to go Raider, but I'm not going to dock you for it. He can be used either or. The rest of the ISOs are great. As you get red stars and yellow stars on Rogue, you're going to switch her over to a striker for that double tap action. She's got a really nice basic. I'm going to go A- for this team for no other reason than you just got to even out those power levels. That's about it. All right, team number 8. What is this hot mess? Okay, you're going for a Young Avengers / Inhumans comp. Okay, the thing is that Miss Marvel being an Inhuman is taking away from the advantage you get using the Yo-Yo Black Bolt combo. Sometimes Yo-Yo will call Miss Marvel and it's not great. Now, Miss Marvel is not a protector, so Yo-Yo is still putting the offense down and you're getting value there. That's okay. Miles is a striker, Black Bolt is a striker, that's good. So you got 2 skirmishers, 2 strikers, and a healer, that's all good. The placement's not terrible. Yeah, the placement sucks. Okay, swap Yo-Yo and Miles if you're gonna go with this build. That way Yo-Yo, or Miles goes invisible, and if they chain off of Miss Marvel with like a Dark Hunter team, I don't know why they would use Dark Hunters on this comp, but whatever. We do what we can. Either that or you move Miss Marvel out of the corner. I would say just swap Miles and Yo-Yo is probably the way to go for this build. But really, I think you should take Yo-Yo and Black Bolt and put them on a different hybrid team. It looks like you're going to have some space for some new teams. So let's do that. Run a traditional Young Avengers. You can do Young Avengers with Miles if you want and save America Chavez for some sort of a Speed Eternals build with that Thanos for energy. That'd be something you could do. For me, I don't like who you're using in this. You're not wasting anything. These are the right ISOs for the right people, but I think it's the wrong composition, and we can do better on that. I'm gonna go B- there. Let's build 2 different teams. Where's your newer tunes, man? Okay, this team is deceptively good. Here's the thing. Hawkeye is going to pop off and rewind a little turn meter, and if he selects the correct 3 people, it could give you enough time to get that turn meter rolling, especially with Black Widow speeding up the rest of the team and make your new warriors pop off the way they should be. You don't need to invest in Hawkeye or Black Widow for any of that to happen. That's just kit-based stuff. So I like that you have a low-level investment that brings the overall power level down on this team and makes it deceptively tough. You've got Striker Skirmisher combo on Cloak and Dagger with Striker on Deathpool. I like that. The offense up going to the right people. Everything working well. I'm going to give you an A for this team. I think there's better things to be doing with your new warriors, but I like this. It works. It's being resourceful. So good job there. Let's move on to the Web Warriors with Doc Ock. Now, we talked earlier in chat today. I am now recommending that everyone across the board remove the Web Warriors from defense. We have like 3 teams that can punch way up on the Web Warriors. Hex Factor, that's X Factor with Hawkeye. You've got the Uncanny team. I have reports of 500k punch-ups there. And the Bionic Avengers. The other day, I went into the Web Warriors on a 300k punch-up in a double buffed room and hit the auto button. Wiped them out easy. Okay, so don't use Web Warriors anymore. If you're gonna use the Web Warriors, I guess you can throw Doc Ock in there. Remember that Viv is gonna blind a row, so you might want to separate your Scarlet Spider and your Gwen Spider into 2 different rows. I don't know, something to do. But I mean, basically, if you're gonna be putting your Web Warriors on defense, you gotta be thinking about the teams that are going into them. And frankly, there are just too many good ones, and I don't think there's any way to defend against all 3. So just get your Web Warriors out there. Use them on offense. I mean, you're gonna have like a 1 million Web Warrior team eventually. They'll smash something. I mean, some Yahoo is gonna be putting together a team like this, and you're just gonna go, oh, I'll just throw my Web Warriors at it. So, yeah, I'm not excited about this. However, your ISOs are pretty good. OG Spider-Man is going to get switched to a skirmisher. He needs that focus boost. And Doc Ock, you should go ahead and take into the blue teal gear for his healing capabilities. Other than that, I mean, a placement change isn't really going to help you here anyway. So for me, I'm just going to start giving the Web Warriors a C on defense. I think it's just a waste. So I don't think that's a good thing to do anymore. So if you are watching this and you have your Web Warriors on defense, get them out of there. What are you doing? Crazy MSFers? Yeah, so C for this team. Thank you, General Grievous, for showing off your defense. If you want your defense featured in Defense Up, links are in the description. Hit that like button while you're down there. And remember, guys, don't just have a good game, be good to yourselves and others too. And I'll see you next time. Bye.